My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
And just like that, we are on there. How are you doing, Fergus?
I'm good, thank you, James. How are you?
I'm doing pretty okay. I've not been on a stream in a while, I realise.
Yeah. No, it's been a week or actually a couple of weeks now. I don't know, it would have been more than a couple of weeks now. Last one was I think it was Mboko Rabakina in Washington, which is a lot's changed since then. Mboko obviously winning the title in Toronto as just a minor difference. But yeah, today got an interesting matchup. Got the man who absolutely loves this time of year in Francis Tiafoe versus a man that has had a year that has been very hit and miss. Actually, to be honest, I think it's been more miss. There hasn't been much hitting from Holger this year. But yeah, how do you see this one coming out, James?
Top one. I mean, as you say, this is the time of year. I mean, Tiafoe, of course, defending finalist in Cincinnati. Be a big ask, you probably would say, given the field that's still left for him to be able to repeat that feat this year as well. But you know, it is a time of the year that he comes alive at. You know, the Francis Tiafoe we know that can play, 9 out of 10, well-beaten type tennis. He shows up in the North American hardcourt swings, and he's done really well as of late. Really good win. I know that Humber was a little bit injury restricted, really, and I think the heat got to him in that match. Like a lot of players actually this week, the heat has got to them.
Yeah.
So, given that, and given the fact that Rune is former semi-finalist here as well, actually defending semi-final points. So actually, both players really have had good runs here in the recent past. But I would fancy the American just. I think we could potentially be in for a free setter. But as you said, those mistakes that Rune likes to make, given the fact that Francis usually raises that level just a little bit more, to me gives that edge almost.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you here. Not that I don't think Rune could do it, because he most certainly has all the weapons to do it, but I just feel like he hasn't been nearly consistent enough this year. I mean, even though he made the final of Indian Wells, that final wasn't a good showing from him. He was disappointed afterwards. Obviously, his post-match speech was clear. He didn't feel that he played his best tennis anywhere near it. And then from there, it's been the title in Barcelona is obviously a huge upside for him. He played that level where he's shown he can play like he did in Paris in 22, beating albeit a hampered Alcaraz. But that has been pretty much it from him, to be honest. And he'll be looking to put more together this week and then go into the US with some more confidence under his belt.
No, he certainly would. I'm just curious, actually. Is there any like seeding implications that may give him a little bit of a jolt almost in terms of what he wants to do? I mean, potentially, if he's able to have a deep run at thingy, he could get himself a top 8 seeding, which would certainly help him out. I can see at the moment that he's currently 11th in the seeding race, or at least in the live rankings, which will for the US Open, because they want the clearest possible run in there to a potential deep run at the event. But he's a competitor. He likes playing a lot. We know that in terms of the competitions that he likes to enter. So we never know, really.
Just looking at Tiafoe as well, to be honest. Tiafoe currently, defending finalist points, currently sitting at 17th. I mean, he'll want to make up as many points as possible, but I mean, still have all four top seeds left. It's been a rare occasion this year that we've had all 4 top seeds still in the competition. When we get towards the latter stages, it seems that we somehow lose a high seed very early. In tournaments this year. But looking at who will play, I'm just getting the draw. It will be Fritz, most likely Fritz in the next round, which is Fritz is in excellent form. So we'll see.
Because we have a situation today where all the men's round of 16 matches are being played. By the looks of it, all 8 of them. I know there's a couple of third round matches that didn't finish last night. Zverev was 1 game away by the looks of it last night from having his match finish. So he's got to come back. He's got to come back a bit soon and get that one match played, or get that one game played before he would then start thinking about his 4th round match later on this evening. But for these two, they're already at the round of 16. This will then get them to the quarterfinals.
A little bit of a Ben Shelton Wimbledon situation going on with Zverev, that it could take him 60 seconds to go out and serve 4 bombs and then call it a day against Nakashima, serving for the match there. An excellent first rally, actually, from Tiafoe and Rune, which ends up with an unforced error from the Dane.
Into the net there.
Sitting at 30 love now. Tiafoe, I just feel like he's a little bit inevitable on in these sorts of conditions. But maybe Holger can do something. The heat has obviously been a huge factor this week.
I mean, anyone who follows my X account will certainly know that I'm not entirely best pleased with the fact that we're seeing the scenes that we're seeing, and I cannot understand for the life of me how sticking players in these sorts of heat. I mean, today is a little bit better for them. It's only going to be a high of 29, but that's still but there's still I think on a humidity index, I saw it was around about 70 today. 70 to 80. 29 degrees with that sort of humidity. How do we expect these athletes to perform anywhere near the high levels that they can produce, and how is that good? And also for the fans in the stadium that are sitting there cooking alive. Like most UV indexes say it's unhealthy to be in the levels of sunlight exposure that they are being supposedly subjected themselves to, and you either have fans that sit through it and and feel miserable in what they're sitting in when they're just trying to watch a sport that they really enjoy, or they're choosing, as we've seen in some of the daytime matches, to either not be in the stadium at all, or they're going to courts where there is like one small canopy on one small side of the court, and then everybody's gathered there. It's the only way in which they can actually tolerate watching the tennis. I mean, I just don't understand. Okay, so we've had this great upgrade, and it looks fantastic. I will admit, the championship court looks brilliant and all that. But there's a point in which we all take the mick out of Adelaide and Brisbane and Sydney for having those roofs, those open air roofs. I'm thinking, is it true? Outdoor hard, yada yada. But actually, I feel like they've hit an absolute brainwave, because it's the only way it makes it bearable for the players and the fans when it is in the 30 degrees section. And for American audiences, that's around about 80, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. When it is those sorts of temperatures, fans can at least sit in it and okay, they'll be hot, but they won't be under the beating sun, which will at least help it a bit. And for the players, they can at least play a decent amount of tennis.
Yeah.
Sorry for the soapbox so earlier on, but it is something in which I as somebody who went to Toronto, I did a lot of other things around just going to the tennis, which actually made it really enjoyable. But when I was there, I spent the majority of the time at least trying to stay under shade, because even though I'm semi-fit, mid-20s, male, even I struggled so much in these sorts of heats just to be able to, watch any sort of major tennis outside of a shaded area.
Yeah, and it's been said that you were talking about how the revamp looks amazing and how all the courts look fantastic. But yeah, there's just no shade. There's absolute zero shade anywhere. And in these absolutely brutal conditions, I mean, I follow a lot of players on Instagram and Twitter, and there were people saying, they are walking from the locker room to their car, and they're drenched in sweat. Like they're not even like, this isn't when they're practicing. It's just like they're just absolutely drenched in sweat, and it's so hot. The humidity is crazy. An early racket change for Rune after he's loved Eddie down.
A bit of a weird light. It feels like it's 5 o'clock in the evening with the way the lights currently are playing.
But it's obviously very it's not early in the morning, but it's very our producer just asking if Rune had a match point in the last during the semi. Yeah, he had 2 on the Tiafoe serve, 40-15. That was a huge little let cord for Tiafoe that bailed him out. He had 2 let cords in 2 games that in that final set that really helped him out. Rune in a pretty that will help him out. Big forehand down the line. He was sitting at love 30 now, 15.
Needed that. He was loved. He was loved 30 down at some stage in this game. We didn't want to get Tiafoe allowed him to run away too quickly.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great start from Holger, but that might settle him down a little bit. He's I think it was 4 unforced errors already on the board, I think, here. So just wanting to, but then slide at ace wide. And that brings us to parity at 30-all.
I like the fact I think we're both on the same wavelength. Are you watching yours on Sky Sports Plus?
I am, yes.
Good. I always come on the stream and somebody is, 20 minutes in front of me, already knowing what the next set is.
It's because Damien has he watches it on like the fastest stream I've ever seen. It's it's ridiculously quick.
He's hacked his internet. He's hacked his internet somehow.
Holger with back-to-back aces, and now with game point.
Ooh, tries to go for an ace down a T. No luck there. or what's ever happening is actually this weird light has made it so I can actually see the tennis ball, which is even better.
Yeah, I know.
This is going to sound like I'm complaining a lot. I don't mean to make it sound like I'm complaining a lot. But one of the annoying things with this court and also with the Champions Court, the new one, is that during the height of the day you cannot see the ball. When it's sunny, I'm always praying for an overcast day, because if it's an overcast day, then I can really see where the ball's going.
It's a bad choice from Rune there. Chose to go for the drop shot, and Tiafoe brings us back to deuce. I think the worst I've ever seen though was in Austin in February this year. I actually the WTA event. I actually couldn't see the ball at all. I couldn't see the ball at all.
The other most egregious one I remember was it's Monte Carlo around about from 3 till 6 o'clock. The ball just blends in with the clay so badly with the sunlight. Because the sun is in front of the camera. That's the main issue. Whereas most tournaments are very good at having the sun behind the camera, because then it illuminates the ball instead of silhouettes it.
We have a break point. I think Rune thought that was
not going over, but
out,
it did.
And Tiafoe managed to just whip it over the net, and we have a break point immediately for the American. It's a strong start from Tiafoe. Misses the first serve as well. Big chance for Francis now. Good start.
That was a double fault. It was a double fault.
Rune hands it over immediately, and that is 2-love to the American to start things off in this one. You do not get these problems at the Bonn Open. So true. Our producer makes a very good point. I hope our producer had a lovely time at that event. I was very jealous. But yes, Tiafoe serving 2-love.
Have to get more talking tennis people out to Bonn, it seems. Well, Rune's racket on the ground, the Andy Roddick way of making sure you go open frame first.
Yeah, straight down. This might be a little bit of a rogue shout, but I feel as though Rune has a little bit of Fonseca, or Fonseca actually has a little bit of Rune in him. That's an interesting take. They both find that the easiest way to get out of a tricky situation is to hit their way out. And they rarely back down from playing these, just going after 95% of balls. I think Fonseca obviously a lot more than Rune does, because Fonseca is very raw and is still learning when to play those sort of huge forehands. But I feel like I see Rune do it as well, especially on return, feeling as though he's just trying to crunch the return 90% of the time instead of playing.
Point in case where there's no desire to maybe chip it back or block it back. Just get the ball over, get a rally going, because Francis makes mistakes. He can be a bit of an unforced error magnet when he wants to be. But again, just tries to go with a full whack, and I get your meaning. It's interesting. The Fonseca case is an interesting one where after such a great start to the year, winning the next gen finals, winning the Challenger in Canberra, beating Rublev, and then all the things with like his first main tour title, winning the Phoenix Challenger. It was all upside. But I think the problem is that his game hasn't really developed. We're not seeing the developments in his game, and I think and this was most seen, and I think what players are looking at the most, I suspect, is that match with Draper at the French Open, where it was a masterclass of how you beat current João Fonseca, and lots of people, when it comes to getting the ball back, getting it with good depth, really making sure that you are as solid as possible, and you force, you show your ability to want to grind, and he just goes for big shots, hoping that they're going to be for winners. And most of the other players are now taking that on board and are implying that in their own game. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you don't feel as though Fonseca's made the leaps and bounds that Mensic has in the year that we've had. Mensic.
Well, I mean, you say that for Mensic. I watched his match yesterday. I know he retired, but he was diabolical. Really, it's been pretty poor actually. All American hardcore swing really from
yes,
Mensic.
Obviously, but in terms of a general season, I feel as though Mensic. I mean, you can't take away the fact he won a Masters.
No, and I'm wondering where that has gone, because I was from watching a lot of his matches in Miami. It was like, how the hell is anyone going to be able to beat this kid? I mean, big serve, really solid forehand, really strong forehand. Like, wow, this guy's going to zoom up the rankings, but
which he has.
It feels like it's stagnated. It feels like it's stagnated though at this stage.
Yeah. I mean,
one quarter final in Madrid later, and that's basically been the best results that he's had after the Miami win.
This has been a really bad start from Holger. Double fault and love 15 to the Americans. Second double fault for Holger. Holger, I think it's he does have a tendency. I remember it's like, every now and again, he just has the tendency to just get an absolute beatdown.
That's poor. That's a poor forehand.
Yeah, that's
freaking out. I mean, I don't know. This could be a quick match here. If this
well, don't say that, because it could be like 6-1 Tiafoe first set, and then we get like a 7-6 second set to Holger.
Yeah.
But as I was. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if Holger holds here and 3-1 seems awful different to 4-love. There you go.
That's a good serve out wide from Holger there.
Unforced error count sitting at 8-0 in well, I say in favour of, but Holger's hit 8 unforced errors with the Tiafoe none. There you go.
There we go. Good forehand.
That's the hit your way out of trouble when it works. If you actually took everything away, if you put a shadow over Holger Rune's person there, I wouldn't argue with you if you told me it was João Fonseca. Like genuinely, I can see it.
Oh, that was a bit of a silly return there by Tiafoe.
Rune now has game point like he did in his first service game, but obviously
so he may just be settling down.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, great serve.
There you go. See? What did I say? Or he could hold here and it's 3-1.
There we go. Game on.
I feel like I can feel the heat through the screen. I mean, it's already quite hot where I live right now, but I just had
thunder and lightning.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's definitely none of that here.
Whereabouts in the UK are you based again, Fergus?
Northampton.
Okay, so yeah, you live further away from me. I'm in Guildford, Surrey.
Oh right, yeah. The Tiafoe backhand is something that is obvious. It's by a long way. It's his weakest shot, but it's also something that suits these courts quite well. I feel like it's not quite the bunt of like a Nori, but it's along the same lines and keeping it as it's quite tricky to deal with on these sorts of hard courts. I feel like Tiafoe hits with a lot more pace on that backhand than obviously Nori that we were just saying. But
all got up in the air. Down. He's going to go for the smash. just keeps it in. It was a bit funny there,
Yeah.
but kept it in.
Yeah. Here comes Holger. That's an excellent point. Well, really good construction. And gave that second to last forehand a lot more height and topspin. There you go. Makes it awkward to deal with when it's so deep. Tiafoe had to send it up.
Oh, we got the... Yeah, I'll say when we actually... We've got the US Open wildcards.
Have they been announced?
They've been announced. I've got Ben Rothenberg's post up here. Do you want me to go through them?
Well, I know one of them. I know one of them's Darwin Blanche, right? Because he always won the NCAA. Yeah.
No, he's Darwin Blanche. Yeah. Okay. So on the we got for the women, we've got Venus Williams, big one at the top.
Shocker.
Shocker. Clavier Ngunu, the very promising youngster. Giulietta Parija.
Yeah.
Kathy McNally.
Yeah.
Valentini Gosman. Alicia Annan.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the French wildcard is Caroline Garcia, with the Australian wildcard being Talia Gibson. And then on the men's side, you've got Brandon Holt, son of Tracy Austin. Nishes Bachelor-Reddy. Shame that Nishes hasn't really kicked on this season, like Leonard Tian.
No.
Tristan Boyer, Emilio Nava, Stefan Dosnasik, Darwin Blanche, and then the French qualifier is Valentine Royer, with the Australian qualifier, Australian one being Tristan Schoolgate.
Okay. Excellent. Rune with
go.
2 breakback points. First one. Oh, does he double? No. Just misses that first serve.
Just a miss.
Yes. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see our producer just commenting on Darwin Blanche. To see what he does. Oh, he breaks back. Tiafoe went straight back to him with the volley. Rune straight back into this first set. 2-3 to the American at the sit down. Holger already looks absolutely roasting hot.
Yeah, he looks knackered.
He does look knackered. And I don't blame him. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Blanche does. Obviously, only just played the one match on the main tour and got absolutely torn apart by Rafa.
I just remember his that post from his Snapchat that got that they got put out.
That blew up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, a main tour event, and
and I'm playing Rafa Nadal. Yeah. Yeah. It's obviously US Open qualies next week, isn't it?
It starts on Monday, so it's like so much tennis. I mean, you got that starting on Monday. You've got
Winston-Salem and
Winston-Salem. You got the huge draw. You got
Cleveland.
tennis in the land, Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got what is it? Then there's also
500 in
Monterey, which unfortunately I just think is the worst place to put a 500. Literally the week before. I mean, it's so far away from thingy. You know what I mean?
I was going to say something now. Yeah, Monterrey in Mexico. I didn't even realize that Tabilo had such a
poor season.
Oh yeah, I was trying to find a way to put it, but he's had a terrible season.
Yeah, because he beats Djokovic at thingy, and people are like, oh, he's at the right time. He's probably had a few wins in the South American tournaments. Like, no, he's barely won a match.
Yeah.
But he was like one of the most weirdest, what's what I'm trying to find, like really clinical players last year. I mean, he made the Labour Cup team for Team World.
Yeah, he did, and he won his match.
He
won his singles match. Yeah, he beat Dimitrov. Yeah, Tabila currently sitting 125th in the rankings. He's lost 22 ranking places after not defending 100 points in Cincinnati this year. Lost in the first round, won around 128 this year. That is, yeah, he's just crept in, I believe, to the US Open main draw. He was first alternate and first seed for qualifying, but he's just snuck in, I believe, when Dimitrov withdrew. Interested to see if anyone else pulls out. Dimitrov obviously a seed as well, so 33. The 33rd place male will be seeded as if it stays the same right now, and if no one else pulls out, which at the moment is Diallo.
Yeah, Gabriel Diallo. I mean, there's still potential that long shot, but Roberto Batista Agut could overtake him. Yeah, but that required Batista Agut probably looks it to get to the final. Maybe, or at least semi-final.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Or of course, good old Benjamin Bonzi.
That is crazy to think that Benjamin Bonzi could be seeded at a slam.
Francisco Comasana, he's still a technical possibility.
That's a big double from Holger.
Or, of course, Adrian Manarino.
No way Adrian Manarino could be.
Mathematically, it's possible. He needs to win the tournament, but it's possible.
I can't wait for Adrian Manarino to win a Masters. That'll be the scenes. He's playing like his 2020. He's playing like his 2023. Yeah, it was the year he obviously won three titles in a year, and was playing insane.
Oh, lovely from Francis, that one.
It's really clever from Francis, going straight in behind Holger, and didn't put any pace on it whatsoever.
Jesus, John, you travel far to get to Monterrey. You've been to Mexico already, John.
It looked like a good slice from Holger. But Tiafoe almost going for, I don't know if it was an attempted lob or it was the forehand, but he won't care. Break point.
Sorry, I just seen quite a funny thing on here about somebody typed in best tennis tournament wins by an American man in 2025, and it said Lloyd Glassball. What Google AI said.
Breakpoint saved by Rune with a couple huge forehands into Tiafoe backhand. Sitting at juice. Does still look very hot there, even if you do say it's not as hot as it has been in the last couple of days. Neither serving well, to be honest. Both below 50% first serves.
Oh, did that go out? That looked out. No, it was in. God, he just made it.
Just about gets away with it. Well, I say gets away with it, paints the lines. Holger playing Holger ways at the moment.
Holger Rune.
0.43 all. Our producer, that's poor form, I'm afraid. That is very poor form. Oh my word. Both players thought the point had finished. And Tiafoe just that's out.
Oh, he just whacks it on there.
Both players thought the point was over, and no call came. And Tiafoe was scrambling. But he gets away with it, and we're at 3-all after 3-love Tiafoe. 3-love 30. We're back at 3-all. That's what I'm saying, producer. I was expecting Nerland to be first year, to be honest.
Where is everybody, by the way? We've only got 8 people. Oh, look, up to 11 on the view count.
We'll see. We will see. Has he missed that?
Ooh.
Oh, no. After an absolutely lethal first forehand, he's missed the really simple one.
Oh, like he's got one of the classic Danish fans in the audience with the hand clapping hat on.
Yeah. Holger sitting at 100% win first serve, though, but his first serve percentage at 41%. So interesting.
Oh, that was
Goes
just out.
Again, another unforced error from Holger. Realistically, it's been Tiafoe all match, and it's just one poor. It's 3 points, or actually, it was 2 really good points from Holger that kind of turned it around, and then obviously the break back, and it just feels like Tiafoe's got this one in the bag. It just somehow we've found ourselves at 3-all. I always thought Tiafoe's coach reminds me of John Daly. Either of you know who that is?
John Daly,
golfer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you look up John Daly, surely our producer knows who John Daly is. No, producer, we have not, and I don't think we will. So,
I'll be saying, Mally, are you a United fan?
I am, yeah.
Oh, excellent.
First serve woes continue here. This is.
Oh yeah, I've watched Happy Gilmore too. You watched it yet?
No, and I intend not to.
Okay.
I probably
watch Happy Gilmore 1.
Yes, I probably will at some point, but I just think it's like I can't take it seriously as a film. But like, I guess that's why people watch it, right? But like,
yeah, I mean, bizarrely, it's the acting from the golfers is actually really good. Has one and Scotty Scheffler delivers one of my most favourite lines. Do you mind if I go through it?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't want to spoil it, but so you know what happened to Scotty Scheffler last year?
Yeah, with the police. By the way,
the police.
Tiafoe holds for 4-3.
Does hold. So what happens in the film is that there's a scene where Scotty ends up punching up a rival golfer.
I've seen this. Yeah,
punching a rival golfer, and then the police rock up to the golf course, and he just says perfectly, "Not again." And I laughed so hard when I went out. That was so perfect.
Yeah, it's been all over my social media. Yeah.
That was the funniest bit to me. It's only because I was weird actually, because I've only recently started watching more golf, and it makes me sound so bloody middle class to say that, and I don't really mean for it to sound like that way. They've actually really got into it. Like, I was heartbroken on Sunday night when Fleetwood again misses out his first title.
I used to wear a cap. Now I don't wear anything. It's not actually that bad. You'd think with how much hair I have, it would be a bit trickier, but no, I don't wear anything when I play tennis. I used to wear a cap, a backwards hat, a bit like Holger, but yeah, now there's too much. So there's actually a guy at my local tennis club that I think he wears exactly the same outfit as Holger Rune, and he kind of plays like him as well.
How old is this guy?
He's
Similar age to Holger?
He's 22.
Okay, fair enough. That's he gets away with it.
But yeah, so it's really strange because I feel like I'm watching Holger Rune play tennis, but like just significantly worse.
Does he have the temperament? Does he have the temperament of Holger?
No, I wouldn't say so. Actually, kind of. Yeah, he's a bit feisty, but he's a lovely guy. But it's fine. 4-3 to the American on, or 3-4, sorry, on serve. Rune. It's not been the greatest match, I would say, but it's definitely had its moments. Tiafoe's changing rackets.
Oh, he looks absolutely drenched in sweat.
There are some players that just naturally do look like that.
Oh, yeah.
Shelton is one. He always looks like he's absolutely soaked. Like, he could be playing for like 2 minutes and he looks like he's absolutely roasting. This would be like an indoor night match as well, and he'll look like he's like...
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's absolutely roasting, yeah. I keep looking at the first serve percentage and it keeps going down, even though Holger landed that first serve. I feel bad for the ball kids. Or adults, actually. Ball people.
I mean, there's one guy who's so tall that he only stands against when he stands at the back. I fear he's actually blocking the view sight of the spectators.
Someone behind him. Yeah.
He did Sonia Cartel's match. It was really funny. He got this huge ball kid and he got very, very small Sonia.
But they're kneeling on the ground. The ground must be absolutely roasting.
They got like little mats I can see, but they'll pick up heat eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that warm, and it had that small rain interruption yesterday. The court dried instantaneously.
Yeah. It's a rare error from Tiafoe today. This will be a quick hold for Rune. Ace down the tee.
Down the tee, 4-all.
Easy hold for Holger, and 4-all now. Just ticked past 35 minutes on court. Obviously, Tiafoe led 3-love. Probably should have been 4-love. But Rune dug his way out of that hole and another first serve missed.
Up the line, lovely up the line there by Rune.
That is an
cross court boo.
That is an excellent return. Didn't try to put too much on it.
He really has turned his match around, Rune.
He has. Yeah, there you go. There's a bald person. You can't say bald boy because that's not a boy.
Bald bloke.
Bald bloke, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We're getting to crunch time now for Francis.
Ball swings away, and it just lands out, and a half chance here for the Great Dane.
Well, I would say more than a half chance here. You've got to love 30 on the Tiafoe serve, and with how many first serves he's missing, God, the numbers are really ugly actually in this match. Good thing that I'm not really. Well, I actually say that I actually am a numbers person, but
I'm gathering by the fact you're looking at first serve percentages. I'm just going for vibes of how the match is at the moment. You're actually digging down into the detail.
It's just I don't think I've seen it this low in a professional match, like over nearly a set. But Tiafoe's first ace.
That's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, you'd think Tiafoe's probably the biggest server of the two here. But yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he plays a big role in Happy Gilmore too.
Oh, great. Bingo. Gets away with it on second serve. Back at 30 all.
20 years.
There you go. 2 aces in the game, and Rune is not happy. Now, point for 5-4 to make Holger serve to stay in the set. Holger would have felt like he had a real big chance of love 30. Now we're staring down the barrel at 5-4. Misses the first serve.
John's about to get his new Rally Chopper bike.
That's an excellent return, pushing Francis out of court position. We're at deuce. John better not be buying one of those e-bikes. Those huge.
I've been modifying it so it can go 70 miles an hour, down the motorway.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just terrible. Why you'd have an e-bike? Just buy an actual bike or buy a scooter. And I'd like an e-scooter. Yeah, juice. Another first serve gone. Tiafoe really pushing that second, actually.
Oh, droppy.
Redrop.
Oh, droppy back.
Oh, has he made it?
Oh, he gets it over though.
Oh,
phenomenal hands at the net from Holger Rune.
That is excellent from Holger Rune. Wow. That is world class.
Touch and the feel of a Renaissance painter.
It looked as though it was good enough from Tiafoe. And then Holger pulls a Yannick Sinner-like shot. Now big chance for Holger here. Break point 5-4. Misses the first. Oh, Holger will be disappointed with that.
Needs to be doing more.
It was a kick serve into the backhand, but Holger would have felt he could get more on it than that. It floats long. Was trying to replicate that return he produced earlier in the game, pushing it cross court, getting Francis out of position. Still juice. It's another good second from Francis. Right on the little T line. Oh, that's too good. That. Oh, has he missed it? That is definition of too good. That flat backhand. Yeah.
He left scrambling.
Now it's a point for 5-4. Wonder how mentally taxing it would be for Holger, having what you would think was a set point slip away if Tiafoe does go on to hold. Oh, it's a double.
Nobody wants to win this game at the moment.
No, nobody does fancy winning this game at the moment. Back to Juice. It's his first double of the match, and it's kind of a pretty bad time. Let's see. Well, I guess if you're break point down, that'd be worse. Oh, he's just missed that. My word. I look good.
Oh, just out.
Well, another chance for Rune.
For Holger Rune.
The Dane, here we go. Oh, too good.
Oh, lovely backhand up the line.
Too good, Holger Rune. 5-4 in the first after being 3 love 30 down. And is that the doctor coming on court?
That is Doctor.
The doctor is coming on court. For Francis.
Listening. Can't hear anything. But it's something to do with his back.
I believe so. Might be the physio then, not the doctor. Well, I think he's got both out there actually.
Down to the toes. Does not want to be picking up any injuries or issues at this stage.
Before his biggest tournament of the year.
Yeah, the one that he covets amongst all others.
The one that he has the most success at as well. I mean, I don't know how much that towel is actually doing, to be honest, right? Because that it must absolutely roast the towel like immediately.
Well, it's just more. It's still gonna feel hard. Like it's still gonna feel hard underneath.
No, yeah, true.
Like you're laying on. It's not like a grass court where it's a little bit cushiony or a clay court, which is going to feel. It may just make it a little bit more comfortable. It's just laying down on a hard court with a very thin bit of fabric.
As we can obviously tell, there'll be a medical timeout for Francis. Yeah. Bet you Tiafoe's gonna. Sorry, bet you Holger's gonna go out actually. Gives him a chance to breathe.
Get some fluids.
Swiatek takes the first against Christian. 6-4.
She does indeed, and Clara Towson and Veronika Kudermetova is coming onto court on court 3.
Yes,
quite important actually, because if Towson can beat Kudermetova and Sabalenka can beat Borzas Monero, potentially Raducanu will be seeded at the US Open.
Well, not potentially. It means that she will. Well, unless
there's still
something unlike.
But like a Barbora Krejcikova winning the tournament or something, could still be a spanner in the works. But it would make it more highly likely that those two results happen today.
Yes, absolutely.
Bizarrely, actually, so we got the women are only playing 4 out of their 8 round of 16 matches today, whereas the men are playing all 8 of their round of 16 matches.
I just still can't wrap my head around any of this scheduling. I mean,
I don't think anyone can.
It's all just absolutely terrible. Like, who thought this was a good idea? No one.
Somebody in the ATP was like, "Do you know what? We see what the Grand Slams are doing, and we're like, you know what, we want to be a Grand Slam. So they're thinking, do you know what, we've got a great product, the Masters events. You get all the best players in the world, you know, all done in 8 days. They're constantly playing. You've got matches every day. It's all fast, frenetic, but really high action. I know what, let's scrap all of that and let's have these elongated, long, drawn-out processes where nobody bloody knows what round anyone's in, and all the players are having to pull out after winning one tournament because they can't go back to back. Yeah, we'll go for that one.
That's how we do it. Yeah.
And what are you going to get? We get a few more ticket sales because you get a few more days, and that's the only positive you're getting from that. Like, you lose the USP of the tournament. And there's a reason why the best Masters that exist now are Doha, Dubai on the women's side, and Wuhan. And on the men's side, it's Monte Carlo and Paris, because you know they're all packed in a week.
Just about an hour ago, we had another withdrawal from US Open quali on the men's. 2 withdrawals, which means that Crawford is in.
Ollie Crawford
is in. Chigdek is next, if there is another withdrawal. The medical timeout is now finished, so we should. Yeah, here comes Tiafoe, right. Well, I wonder if that long break has played anything on the Holger Rune mind. He's serving for it at 5-4. Tiafoe muttering away to his team about something. Don't know. We'll see very soon how his movement is and how much pain he's in and what's going on. That was a let. I was about to say that looked like a clean ace that wide, but. It goes to the exact same spot, and Tiafoe can't control the return. Goes long.
It looks good for Rune to hold here. Probably, I know it's early to say, but it feels that way.
Does feel
that. I mean, the Tiafoe just doesn't look at the races now.
It just looks a little flat, and that's not surprising. Does look, he's obviously not 100%.
Big question will be, will he retire? You know, US Open coming up. Is he in the mixed doubles? I think he probably is in the mixed doubles.
God, I'm not sure.
I'm surprised if he wasn't.
Oof.
There we go. First set to Holger Rune.
He looks like he's going to go over to his team.
He's having a chat with his team. It's not a good sign.
I'm just trying to listen in.
I'm too. So I get a massage right now.
So let's have a look at the numbers. Rune dominating on winners with 16-7. Also more unforced errors though with 16-11. Rune coming out a perfect even. Yeah. Serving was, it seemed like it was ace or nothing really.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Boom. For Tiafoe, 31%. That is
diabolical.
That is pretty bad, yeah. Rune not really great either with 47%, but won 100% behind that first serve. Second serve, I really struggled for Holger, 38%. It's been very interesting. It's been quite a strange match. I'm more interested to see what Francis is going to do. I think he's talking to the umpire. Is he going to go off court?
I think he may want to go off court, at least have a shoot.
Yes, I believe he is going to go off court. Yeah. Well, more delays. Yeah. Well, no, maybe he won't. No, he won't. I thought he was going to go off court, but he is not.
He's elected to stay.
He has. It looked like he was gearing up to head off, but he's stayed, and he will be serving first in the second. Tiafoe to get us underway in set 2.
See how it's... Okay, so that was a somewhat powerful serve. Oh, Rune gets to it. Oh, just like it.
He still doesn't look... He looks flat. Doesn't look 100%. Wouldn't surprise me if he retires in the next 3 games.
I think if he gets broken. He will... We've one of those situations where the player usually continues until they have to do more than...
They have to climb an even bigger mountain than they're already do being a set down.
I mean, if he feels if he can just hold until a tiebreaker, maybe his body would loosen. But if he ends up getting broken, he wouldn't want to risk anything. And that was a pretty feeble attempt there from
Holger. Looks a lot more alive.
Locked
right now.
and loaded, yeah.
Very little positivity coming from the Tiafoe camp at the moment. We don't that's not a good sign either. If we don't exactly know what the problem is, but something with his lower back, it looks like
it's causing him jip.
Yeah, and those second serves.
I mean, they got a good bit of kick on the serve. We'll give him that. Cross court, just reads it.
That is nice. But these second serves are being thrown in with a lot less kick than they were at the start of the first set, and in the end of for the end of the first set. Sorry, can't speak.
You can get your words out there.
No, I couldn't. Why did they throw up the graphic? It was a 19-mile-an-hour winner speed. That's
19.
19, yeah, because it was a drop volley from.
I mean, that was how fast the ball was traveling when it hit that.
That is a nice return from Holger. Yeah, it's true. Make a good point. There's little positivity coming out from Tiafoe, and there's little positivity coming out from his camp. I feel like we're all denying a bit of inevitability here.
Oh, bit of a block return there from Rune. That was a bit different. That was different.
And it forced the I didn't force the error, but made him think about something different, and the error came. Break point immediately for the Dane. I really wouldn't be surprised if Francis calls it here if it does get broken.
Good serve.
It is a good serve.
Phenomenal serve from Tiafoe just when he needs it.
Yes, that's like prime time for Tiafoe to start shaking his racket, or do anything.
Just look to get the crowd involved. You still never know, Francis. You still never know. You could loosen up. A bit like that Sabalenka game yesterday. All looked pretty much gone by the beginning of the third, but she got some energy back near the back end of it. By the way, what a phenomenal match that was.
Yeah, a great match. Fantastic. I kind of thought I really try when when Emma's playing anyone in the top like 15, 20, I really don't like to start thinking that she's actually going to win until she does, because of moments exactly like how it unfolded. But yeah, fantastic match, especially in the heat as well. I mean, it was like just ridiculous how they managed to go so well for 3 and a bit hours. I mean, just from I actually thought that was going to be a handshake there,
but he held, and that's what he'll hold on to. I'm still competitive. I look like I'm shattered.
He
I'm
does
still
look
competitive.
He looks absolutely done in, and I don't blame him at all. The bag's clearly giving him some bother. He doesn't have the movement that he wants. It's roasting hot, and forehand quality 9.8 in the last 4 games from Rune. Tiafoe 3.8. That is a yikes. That is a real big yikes. Swiatek with 2 break points at the start of the second. Swiatek has never lost to anyone 35 or older in their entire
Really?
career. Never.
Interesting stat.
Right, full of them.
Well, I mean, he's been somewhat competitive here.
Tiafoe.
Yeah, Alcaraz has never lost to anyone younger than him.
No, he hasn't. Well, that is an excellent point from Tiafoe, and yet he still looks absolutely done in. I feel like we're at the point that he's really loosening on all of his shots, and just because he has very little left to go. I mean, this move forward was less than convincing. Yeah, but we'll see.
Hey, Sport and Politics, good to see you in the chat.
We finally have our first person
that isn't John
in the chat. Wow, yeah. So waiting for that. Blimey.
I know where everyone is. I would have thought we're ready and raring to go on here.
I know.
But it is what is it? Is it Wednesday today?
It's a Wednesday at like 4 o'clock, yeah.
I'm on leave at the moment for it's school. It's
school. Yeah.
As a teacher, it's a school holiday, so actually I don't know what day it is most of the time now. And thanks to the really mixed up Masters events, that makes it even harder. At least I know a tradition. If it was a quarterfinals, and you'd be a Friday. At least that gives me a bit of a
I don't even know how they're taking away and adding ranking points now for the next couple of weeks, because obviously they've messed up all the days. And
by the looks of it, basically the ranking points from both Canada and Cincinnati from last year are all falling off at the end of next week. On the Tuesday morning is when I did a ranking update.
Yeah.
It has been confusing because I looked at the live ranking. I think it was Emma's live ranking last week, and I was like, she picked up a real good amount of points here. It's she's going to really get a sharp shoot up, and I was like, no, have Washington points haven't fallen off yet. Okay.
Yeah, but then everyone's Montreal points fell off, and now she's 34. So
34, which we know is the cutoff at the moment for
at the moment it is the cutoff. Yes. There's obviously been the big debate about whether people want her to actually beat her. Will it be better for her if she is seeded or if she isn't? Because obviously being 32nd means that she has a 1 in 8 chance of picking. 1 in 8 chance of picking Sabalenka in round 3, or 1 in 8 in picking Swiatek in round 3. But then there's a smaller chance, but there's still a chance that she gets picked round 1 against one of those two. So
I think on the balance that I think a third round run at the Open. I mean, given that bizarrely, actually, she's not won a match at the US Open since
her title. Yeah, I know.
And actually, maybe even just being the 32nd seed, winning a couple of matches, wouldn't actually necessarily be a bad thing to happen.
No.
And then if she draws a Sabalenka or Świątek in round 3, then so be it. But you never know. There could be a situation where she could end up drawing, and if I just get up the live rankings at the moment, it could be a Bagula, who she has beaten in the past. It could be Mira Andreeva, who's currently coming off the back of an injury. Similar, maybe not Alison, but maybe we know that Quinmin Zheng's not going to be in there and thingy, so it could be Jasmine Paolini on a hard court. Maybe you'd fancy Emma to be able to sniff a win there. There is potential. There's potential that she could end up in a part of the draw where you go, do you know what? I see that top 8 seed could end up falling out beforehand, or she plays them and she could beat it. It's up there. So will Raducanu be seed for the US Open? It all depends on what happens today. Really, it feels like.
Yeah, Kudermetova and Buzis Monero are the two matches.
2 matches that we need those 2 players to lose to Sabalenka and Clara Towson.
Yes. I do think that Emma will win her first main tour title in Asia this year.
I'll be surprised if she doesn't. It does feel we're getting to a stage now where she's actually playing good enough to win a title. I could even see her winning a 500 as her first WTA title.
Yeah, I mean, somewhere like in Tokyo towards the back end of the year. We all know that she loves to play in Asia. She said that many times, and I do feel like, I do feel like that will she'll have a very strong end to the season. 3 break points for Rune, and realistically, unless something miraculous happens, I'm seeing this as 3 match points. Just cameras panning to doctors and physios. It's like they're all setting up for one thing. Miss first serve from Francis, kick serve on the second, backhand cross court exchange. Rune throws in the slice. Tiafoe throws in the drop shot. Rune gets there, pushes it down the line.
Well, Rune's got us covered. What a little flick!
That is excellent from Holger Rune. That is of the highest order. And he's still going. I mean,
he's a sucker for punishment. This one.
When he threw the headband off, I was like, "Yep, that'll be it." But no, we have some movement from the physio. It looks like he's taking off the sweatbands. I mean, all things are pointing towards one thing here. But we're still waiting. Well, we're not waiting. This match goes on. But Rune has the break in the second, and it's very comfortable out there.
They got Mr. And whilst they play Mr. Brightside.
Tiafoe stands up with no racket. This does feel like he's punishing himself for no reason.
He's like, he obviously feels like I can't not give it a go to try and do well here.
This might be a little bit like I've got final points to defend here. I have to. Yeah. If something miraculous has to happen. I have to do it just so I can be in the best position possible for the US.
I feel really weird actually when I hear like little music getting played at these events. I kind of keep thinking about which darts players have that as their walk on.
I know
at the
what you
moment,
mean.
I'm just thinking of Nathan Aspinall. Yeah, 'cause that's his walk on song.
Yeah.
Here's Seven Nation Army. I just think of MVG.
Don't know if our producer will know who Nathan Aspinall is.
The Asp.
Yes.
Good lad, Nathan.
That's ridiculous from Holger. I thought that was a near impossible angle to find from Francis, and then Rune pulls off one off of his own. From a man that looked like he was really struggling in the heat to start with, Holger actually looks absolutely raring right now.
Probably buoyed by the fact that he's seeing his
opponent on the other side of the net looking absolutely cooked.
Yeah, it's it kind of gives you your own little impersonal boat boost of confidence. Like,
great, I feel better than this guy, so it's okay.
Yeah, we actually, all's good in the world for me.
Great return from Tiafoe. That's just the second point Rune has lost on first serve in this match. Those are two hats right there. Maybe I should get that hat. I don't know if you just saw that.
There we go. Christmas present for Fergus next year.
No attempt there from Francis.
Good little racket shake from Rune.
Staring at his team. Going to talk to his team. He's not allowed to do this. Emma was told off for doing this the other day. You're not allowed to approach them.
I think his team are. I'm surprised his team are encouraging him to continue.
Two points for 3-1 for Rune. And that will go long.
That goes wide.
3-1.
3-1.
Second set.
At this point, you think a bit of duty of care if you feel as though he's really struggling to say, look, mate, what's happened?
He's just smashed a ball into the
crowd.
Yeah, there you go. Tiafoe gets a warning. Who saw that coming? Absolutely no. Code violation, ball abuse.
Ball abuse.
Tiafoe. Well, lands the first.
Good serve, out wide. Follows it in as well to try and at least get a...
It's a cheap point. Sorry, I'm just have to find my charger. 2 seconds.
That's right. We're only an hour and 20 minutes in. Fergus, do you not charge your devices properly?
You have no idea how much this drains my... my device.
Well, we've got a question popped through from John. So one of these is making the final. I'll read that. One is making the final. One is going out first round. Choose from your players from this group: Fonseca, Draper, Tiafoe, Rune, Rublev, Medvedev. I would say final. I'm going to go Draper.
Sure.
I actually think sneakily. Actually, I think he's actually new definitely with the US Open. Sneakily, actually, I think what Draper's doing may end up working out quite well in the long term. Certainly for the US Open the rest of the season, because he's going to come into it as fresh as a daisy, whereas everyone else is going to be cooked like a chicken.
I can see that.
I mean, I wish he. I would prefer if he would next week actually play Winston-Salem and at least get some professional matches in. But I certainly I could see that if Draper gets a decent couple of first rounds, that could pretty much act like his build-up tournament before actually then kicking on.
If he has to play Well, I can probably see his US being pretty. I mean, you have to remember he's defending semi-final points, by the way.
Yeah.
I can see his US being very similar to. He's calling it. Surely he's calling it. There you go.
Yeah, he's retired. He's
there
gone.
you go. Finally, I was about to say. This has literally been like on the cards for so long. Tiafoe retires. Hurt. It looks as though a problem with his lower back. Had a medical timeout just before the end of the first, and that didn't seem to work enough for him, and he was struggling through that second, and now retires. So the finalist from last year goes out in round 4.
Round 4, so that'll be 550 points that he'll be dropping.
Yeah, gone.
Gone.
Holger makes the quarters for the second year running. Yeah, I think Drake will make it 80.
I'm looking at who's below him. You know, I was having a look the other day because I actually got a little bit. I did get a little bit. Ooh, maybe actually it couldn't happen. But you got Alex de Minaur, because he's currently sitting in 7th, Jack. So I got Alex de Minaur in 8th. He may overtake him. Doesn't really matter as long as you're in the top 8. You got Mazzetti, who can't play on outdoor hard courts, it seems. Casper Ruud, who doesn't like playing on that hard courts either. Okay, you got Kachanov, but Kachanov is around about 800 points off Draper at this stage, and you would say it would have to be either a semi-final at the Slam or winning a Masters event just to get anywhere close to him. It does feel as though it kind of feels a bit bizarre to say this already, but as though the top 8 are already set for Turin. I just don't see how anyone below, maybe Dadovic Fokina could pull up some big results, but it feels like it will be Alcaraz, Sinner, Zverev, Shelton, Djokovic, Fritz, Draper, and de Minaur that'll be in Turin in November. I don't know what you think, Fergus.
Yeah, well, I'll get to that in a minute.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Well, yeah, Tiafoe, I mean, to be honest, Tiafoe didn't look fully at the races as soon as he was broken back for 2-3 in the first. Tiafoe looked not very positive and downbeat. Missed first serves, wasn't hitting winners like he usually does. 10 winners to 20 unforced errors, kind of just cementing that. But don't take any credit away from Holger. Holger actually saw his opportunity on the other side of the net and did took it absolutely. Because it was obviously, we were very early on in this match, we were sitting at Holger in a 3-love, 30-love down, and now he's gone through 6-4, 3-1. Rune will go on to most likely play Fritz or Atmani, but unless he can spring another surprise. What do you think, James?
No, I suspect. Rune does play well here, and I will admit, I do think Taylor Fritz is beatable by players that are decent, or at least are playing decently. Like that has happened a lot, or let's say a lot. It did happen in Canada. It did happen at the in Washington. Ooh, I certainly would say maybe favour Fritz, but I could see a world where Rune wins that.
Yeah, I would also say Fritz, just plainly because it's we're thinking US hard courts. Fritz obviously making the final of the US Open last year. But again, there is a world where Rune wins, and I feel as though it's not impossible. Obviously, Rune will feeling kind of fresh after just the set and a half today instead of 2 full sets or even 3 sets. Fritz obviously we'll see how much he's pushed today by Atman, but I think Fritz is just about going to edge this one. But yeah, Holger today played really solidly. Obviously, it had a really poor start, but then as soon as he found that rhythm, kind of had that crucial game at 3-love where he held from love 30 down, and then suddenly everything sort of just started clicking. So yeah, another good win for Rune this week. Maybe
the quarters.
Now he's only a game away from defending all of his points, and that's what that's probably what the aim was coming into this week, right? So, you know, and
to be honest, if you got told him, oh, your quarterfinal will be against Fritz instead of Tsitsipas, not Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas is.
God, you're a little way away there. Blimey, yeah.
God, I feel like a flashback to 2021 here. No, sorry. Instead of Sinner and Alcaraz, then he would have snapped your hand off at the beginning of the tournament. You know, it's one of those things. Actually, I look at the rankings and I think about it for the US Open. If you're one of those players that those players that are seeded, or that will be seeded 5 to 8. You know, Djokovic, Fritz, Draper, De Minaur. You look at it. You look at the way in which at Fritz, Zverev, and I said it again. Sorry, Draper, Djokovic, Shelton, De Minaur. If you look at the way Zverev and Fritz are playing, who will have their own quarters at the US Open, you kind of feel you may have you could beat them in that quarterfinal. You could make that semi-final run. You really hope that you end up in their quarter because they do feel beatable, very beatable against decent players.
Well, I mean, this is a bit crazy to say, but you know, it really wouldn't surprise me if we have another moment like we did last year, where Alcaraz goes out early. I just feel like this streak's got to come to an end at some point, right? Where
it's the US Open feels like the place that could happen. You know, the amount of effort and energy that both both Sinner and Alcaraz have placed into the clay court swing and then onto the grass court, the slams. You go, what do we notice in the careers of Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic and Murray for all those years? It was if they did a lot in the middle of the season, they tended to only play maybe 90% of their level at the US Open, and we got some surprise results. We got, Del Potro picking up his only Grand Slam, same for Cilic, and then Nishikori made a final. Team won one of these. If there was anything was going to be open, it would be the US Open.
Yeah, exactly. Even Medvedev winning in 21, winning his only slam in 21.
Against an absolutely knackered Djokovic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
James is in 2021. Yeah, I live in 2021, Actually, not 21 was a great year for tennis.
Swiatek setting a breakup, looking to probably wrap that up pretty quickly.
Yeah, she was a double breakup, though. And
she was, and then Christiane broke back. Yeah. Just going back to ATP finals, and actually our producer's question, one of these is making the final and one is going first round. I will...
Medvedev going first round.
No, I'll go Fonseca.
To be honest, I probably would also say Fonseca.
Fonseca first round. I think it might be the most Daniel Medvedev thing of all time if he was to make the final of the US after having maybe his worst season since he was just coming on to professional tennis. It'd be so Medvedev if he was to make the final, and then they go 2 sets to love up in the final against
would it be so? But would it be so Medvedev? Because whenever he's done well at a slam, he's tended to have really good build-up results.
I just still feel like
just
is Rublev the most reliable? Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I think, out the field of names you're given there, Draper is the most reliable. I'm sorry, but maybe Tiafoe at the US Open you could say had some reliability, but Rublev can go out first round. Medvedev can go out first round. Rune can go out first round. Same for Fonseca.
I mean, Rublev lost round 1 of 24 Wimbledon to Komisana, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
think so, yeah.
That is.
I remember that. What was it? When I know. Vance would say it wouldn't be a shock, but remember the US Open where Rune was the 4th seed and went out to Nakashima in the first round on court 5. And it was really funny because he was so vexed at being put on court 5 that he put a picture of the map up of the tennis site saying this is where I'm playing.
No, I don't think. You think that? Well, we asked. Yeah, I mean, no, Draper isn't an issue not going out first round.
No.
He's.
I mean,
he's still,
subject
he's
to him
still been
getting
playing.
approved.
It's actually, it's not like Australia this year where he turned up on site and practiced for 5 days before the US. He's been practicing for 2 months. He's just chosen not to go to Toronto and Cincinnati just to protect his arm until the US.
Probably because he knows that he probably sees the back end of the season as being a really crucial stage for him to pick up a lot of points and doesn't want to risk it.
Well, pick up a lot of points, and he's defending a lot of points, right? 500 in Vienna, round 3 of Paris, and quarters.
Bizarrely, actually, that's basically it in terms of he's got 100 points in Paris, 100 points in Tokyo, 500 in Vienna, which is the big one.
None in Shanghai.
What's that?
Didn't play Shanghai last year, so
no, got nothing to defend there. And you feel as though he probably looks at the back end of the season and goes, lots of players, as much as we've had some great runs from the likes of Ben Shelton, Tiafoe, Fritz and whatnot, they could be really super knackered by the time we get to the Asian swing and the indoor tournaments. May not necessarily show up, and he may see that as an opportunity for him to really make hay effectively.
Yeah.
I mean, my initial note is that I do wish he played these two, at least one of the two Masters events. Building up, and if he got announced tonight that he was playing Winston-Salem, I probably would say it's a positive more than a negative in terms of getting professional matches in.
Even if he picked up a new doubles partner at the US Open.
Yeah, to be honest, he keeps getting paired with people, and then they get bad injuries and they get knocked out.
But yeah, and will Draper make ATP finals? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he will.
I think he's too good not to this year. And he had too good of a start last year. Too good of a start this year not to make it.
It feels like he would win one of Tokyo or Vienna again, and that would just give him all the points he needs to get over the line.
Yeah. Right, Christian still.
Who's taking the women's title? A woman by the name of Arina Sabalenka in Cincinnati.
Do you mean who's taking the women's title in Cincinnati, or do you think who's taking?
Oh, US Open.
US Open, because those are US Open. How much scar tissue is there?
I don't know. I could see any. I can't really think. I mean, Goff's in no form.
Goff's in terrible form.
Sabalenka can be fragile. We've seen at slams at this stage. At least against people who know what they're doing. You haven't really seen. I mean, you would maybe say the last hardcourt slam in the Madison Keys could do something, but that was quite out of the blue. Her winning early this year. I'll say out of the blue in terms of there was no well, she did win Adelaide, but it was it's quite hard to gauge form going into the Australian Open because there's so little tournaments of big significance to be able to work points on.
I can actually see a repeat of last year's final very easily.
Yeah. They end up in the right sections of the draw. I mean, I just wouldn't say Swiatek just because it's a fast hardcourt, and I know she did win Wimbledon, but who she beat along the way was meant that it was kind of favourable, and she changed some bits of her game. Could be anyone. Right, I better shoot off, Fergus.
Yes,
at that point.
We will.
It's good to see Towson is already 4-1 in the lead. I'll take a smile on that one.
Thank you all very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure, James. Thank you very much. And we will see you all very, very soon. Thanks, guys.
See you all.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.